Here we go. We are live.
Yeah. Don DeMarco, Marco. You know
Yeah.
Don DeMarco. I think everybody got the Don DeMarco drop, so I don't think it's notable anymore, but we need that for the generic. If we're parodying all the fucking drops every podcast starts with, we got to get the Don DeMarco in there too.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to look for one, man.
Yeah. But we live in full effect, man. Welcome to the Wind and Juice podcast. We back. Thank y'all for joining us this Friday evening or whenever you're listening to the podcast. If you're listening on streaming devices or what have you, we are back at it. Second podcast of the new year. Back to work, man. Just talking about all these topics, all the stuff that's gone down this past week and whatnot. Appreciate y'all hitting us up on the stream, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitch. We streaming live Friday nights. So make sure to hang with us if you can. Chop it up with us. We'll talk with you and talk about whatever you want to talk about. But we got a lot to get into, man. A lot going on this week, as usual, per usual in the culture and community. But first off, Big, you got to check in with you, the award-winning producer of In the Loop. The man Figgy Fig done got honored at our company Odyssey with the X Award. Yeah, he gonna show it on stream. See, yep, nice. Look at that beautiful thing, man. Look better than a Grammy. Look better than an Emmy. I never like how a Grammy look. That little small ass trumpet. That shit look legit, man. You could post that shit up and it looks very fancy.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it right here in my little office area.
Yeah, and that's how they know you a big deal, dog. So how you been, man? How you been this past week?
Man, I've been pretty good, man. It's been a good week. As you can see, I won my award.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that, but the week was pretty. It was pretty cool, man. It was a lot going on, man. I felt like I was busy the whole week.
Mm-hmm.
So I never went home from the station today. I went and got something to eat, but I've been here all day, man. Friday started all crazy because Kyle and Hannum in there was here.
Mm-hmm.
So that was pretty cool, man. They getting a little too comfortable up here, man. They just stopping by, jumping on the shows. It's the first time they jumped on In the Loop, so it was pretty cool, man. It was a pretty cool day, laid back day.
Yep, yeah, a lot going on with the Texans, man. Like usually around this time, everything slows down. People start taking vacations and whatnot. But I mean, a lot's going on with the team, man. You know, they got a top draft pick. Could have had the number one draft pick.
See that score at the bottom.
Yeah, you see the end of the final game of the season. The Texans 32, the Indianapolis Colts 31. Last minute comeback by the Texans to win the game, in which a loss would have secured them the number one overall pick. They went ahead and won the game, and now they're at number 2, and that's how the draft is going to go. And the biggest fear everybody has is the Colts at number 4, trading up with the Bears, who have the number 1 pick, and then taking a Bryce Young or somebody of that caliber and just destroying the Texans, reminiscent of the fucking Indianapolis Colts. We got to ban that nigga. What the fuck is this fucking bot?
It ain't popping up on the screen, so.
Yeah, all right. Ban that motherfucker. Ain't no spam in here. Habib. I'm just I don't know what the fuck language that is, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's we don't fuck with that. Anyway, so yeah, I lost my train of thought. But the Texans won. Though the biggest fear is that the Colts will trade up and it'll be reminiscent of Peyton Manning, reminiscent of Andrew Luck, just years and years of being tortured and never winning the division because you have a better team. And the Jaguars are getting there too, man. I mean, they're in the playoffs now.
Playoffs, man.
They're in the playoffs. Won the division. And I mean, Trevor Lawrence is starting to come around, man. People damn near wanted to call him a bust
Remember,
that first year.
remember everybody saying Davis Mills was better than him?
Oh yes, I remember that. I remember that very clearly. I remember the Davis Mills truthers. I'll never forget how people tried to get behind Davis Mills, man. I'll never forget how people really tried to convince us that this was going to be the dude, man. I'll never forget that. And they're going to point to games like this last game and say, "You see the potential,
Yeah.
motherfucker." That they were
You
two
need to build a
tanking
team
teams.
around him.
Like, no offense to Davis Mills, he seemed like a nice guy. I think he tried hard. You know, it wasn't lack of effort, but he was just not going to be the person to lead this team anywhere.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hope for the best wherever he goes, but it ain't gonna happen here, man. But yeah, so that's where we're at with the Houston Texans. Also, they fired their coach, Lovie Smith, which has caused a maelstrom, a whole lot of accusations being thrown at the Texans organization for firing two black head coaches in back-to-back years after one season. You got a lot of people chiming in. You got people claiming Stephen A. Smith saying African Americans need not apply for the head coach position at the Houston Texans. You got people calling them racist. You got people calling them just insensitive and just they're basically just the fact that they fired two black coaches back to back was a bad look for the organization and not the progressive stance we need to be heading for in pro sports. Now, we've heard from the honky pundits at Sports Radio 610. We've heard from the Caucasians. We've heard them chime in. But now it's time for, I want to hear what Figgy Fig has to say, man, okay? We haven't heard enough about, you putting it on you. You the voice of Black Sports Radio. You and Brandon Scott are the Sports Radio 610 Congressional Black Caucus, man, okay? Y'all speak for the people. So I want to hear your thoughts on this. I want to know what you think about the Texans. First off, them winning that game, and second, them firing Lovie Smith after 1 year.
Them winning that game, honestly, it was ridiculous. And I'm not the person that sit here and say from the very beginning they need to tank. They need to tank because you can't tell those players to tank. Like, you gonna tell those players to just lose the game? Like, I get that part, but I think it's a lot that went into this whole season to where they should have, they could have got that number 1 overall pick. Because if you look at somebody like Brandon Cooks, you seen how he was acting when he didn't get traded, when Jack Easterby got fired and all that shit. And I think he missed 1 game, and then the following week he was back at practice. He was hurt 1 game and didn't practice this game and all this other stuff. These magical injuries started popping up, and he played in the last game and balled out. To me, somebody like him should have sat him out because you know what he brings. They should have just gave him the game off and just, put somebody else young in there to see what they can do. I think they should have. I think Laramie Tunsil played, but I think he had a different motive why he was playing. He was trying to get that All-Pro nod.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand him playing, but to me, Brandon Cooks was the one that killed you because he probably had his best game this year, and without him, if he wasn't on the field, they probably would have lost. So I don't blame the players. I don't even blame Lovie. I think Lovie did what he's supposed to do, try to win a game. He played the best players, so I'm not mad at that. But I think it should have been some type of conversation to, let's take, you ain't gotta say, hey, sit all the good players and tank, but let's see what we got in some of these young receivers. We seen enough from Brandon Cooks this year. He's not happy. He actually mentioned after the season saying he don't want to be part of a rebuilding team. So he
Mhm.
wants to go. So I would have sat him out, man. The Browns set Clowney out. The Browns, Clowney did some weird interview saying he probably won't be back and all this other stuff. They sent him home from practice and he ain't play in the last game. I think they should have did something like that, man. And that could have helped them get the number 1 overall pick. So I think they kind of screwed up overall with that. But what was the other thing? Everybody calling them racist organization and them firing Lovey, 2 black coaches in 2 years. Man, look, these 2 coaches was bad. I was rooting for these coaches, man. I didn't even know who the hell David Culley was. I was rooting for him. He actually did better than I thought, but still, that's not like the way he was coaching this team, man. Is not good enough. So I understand moving away from him. They bring in Lovie Smith. We know Lovie Smith a little bit. He his best times was probably with the Chicago Bears. I thought it was better than hiring Josh McCown, but Lovie Smith, I felt like, my personal opinion, I felt like he did worse than David Culley. I felt like the season was worse, and he had more talent on the team. Man, I just don't see. To me, I felt like he didn't do a good enough job to warrant another year. So now these coaches just so happen to be black. So I understand the narrative, but I don't think that was the narrative. Now, I haven't really heard this a lot, but the way my mind think, you could also say that they knew these seasons was going to be bad, so they just throwing a black coach there to kind of, settle the death. Settle the dust a little bit, and then once they add up all this talent, then bring a white coach in. Maybe that's it. I don't know, but it ain't no telling until they hired another coach. They could hire another black coach. So I just think they was in a bad situation where I guess nobody really wanted this job and they had to settle a little bit. And unfortunately, man, Lovey seemed like a good guy, but he didn't do a good job, man. He did not do a good job. The defense looked awful. So I would have moved. I respect them for moving on that quickly instead of pussyfooting around and trying to see what he got and wasting time. Because from what I know, since I moved here and all the stuff I know about the Houston Texans, it seemed like they kind of they hold on to people a little too long. That been my biggest problem with them. They held on to Bill O'Brien a little too long. I heard stories about them holding on to Rick Smith a little too long. And now that you look back at it, Rick Smith did pretty good job as GM.
Mm-hmm.
But they held on him too long. And look, I'm good with just letting them 2 go. I don't think it had anything to do with just them being a black coach. I think, to me, looking from the outside in, or the inside, looking from the outside in, I think that's just kind of low hanging fruit at this point, because I guarantee Stephen A. Smith ain't watched one Texan game outside. He probably watched the Browns, but if you watch all of these games like me and you watched, this team wasn't good, man. And I just don't see why you need to bring Lovey back at that point. And to all the media people saying, "Oh, poor Lovey and poor Culley," why don't you put them on a hiring list then? ESPN be setting up all the people that should be hot candidates. Put Lovie Smith up there with Sean Payton then. If he deserve a chance that much, put him up there. Say, why don't you link Lovey with the Carolina job or something, or link Lovey with the Colts job. It seemed like everybody just say poor Lovey, or he deserve another chance, but don't nobody talk about how Lovey should, get this job in wherever place. So I think the national media, they just see that part It just see like, oh no, they fired 2 coaches and 2 black. They made sure they say black coaches.
Mhm.
2 black coaches in 2 years. It's like, nah, man. Like I seen all of these games, and I don't care what color you are. If you put on that type of coaching performance, you got to go, man. It wasn't good. I was rooting for Lovey, man. I felt like he had a good off season. He kind of, got me by the hook a little bit. I'm like, damn, okay, maybe we got something. He said all the right things, but man, at the end of the day, the results on the field wasn't good at all. It was worse than David Culley, man. So I think he had to go at that point.
Yeah, man, I pretty much agree. Well, as far as the last game and how it unfolded, I've heard a lot of people, including the one of the hosts on In the Loop, John Lopez, say straight up that Lovie Smith going for 2 and winning the game was like the final FU to the Houston Texans because he knew he was going to be fired. And to that, I say, what did y'all want him to do? Like, number one, the Texans could not just tell Lovey to lose the game. We saw that implied. I think it wasn't Brian Flores or somebody else who alleged that they were told to or implied to lose games, and that was mentioned in some. Yeah. I think it was Brian Flores, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So implying that he was told to lose games. You can't do that in the NFL, man. There's integrity issues there, and there will be severe penalties from the league if they found out somebody was told to intentionally lose a game. So they can't do that. So he has to try to win every game. People have pointed out, like the GM, they should have made a decision to sit certain players if they wanted to lose that badly. Yeah. Sit Davis Mills, sit Brandon Cooks, sit your best players. And I mean, you could justify sitting Davis Mills after the last game.
Yeah. And see,
put Kyle Allen in there.
Yeah, and see, that's the best way to tank without saying you're tanking.
Yes.
You
wouldn't even look like a tank. You could say, hey, he played poorly against the Jaguars, so we stat him. The same reason we stat him before.
Yeah, and that's what Chicago did. Chicago sat Justin Fields. I think he was perfectly fine. I think he could have played, but they said they put Nathan Peterman in there, probably the worst quarterback in history, man. So so I think I think if the GM and the coach sat down together and say, you know what, let's sit Brandon Cooks for this game. Let's start Jeff Driscoll. Let's sit all of these, good players. Let's sit Laramie Tunsil. Let's see what we got in the other players. That's perfectly fine. Mm-hmm. You're not telling him to tank and lose the game. You saying play some of the younger players, see what we got in them for next year.
Yep.
Understandable.
They could have done that easily. Yes. But you put your best players in there against a bad team, there's a chance they can win the game. And people want to talk about going for 2 being the final FU. Like, look, if he didn't go for 2 and they kicked the extra point, the game would be tied. They would go to overtime. And the way the Colts were playing, there's a very good chance they would have lost the game. So all you're really doing is just making it shorter, and nobody wanted to see overtime between these 2 shitty teams. If you want to blame anybody, blame the Colts. How you let somebody convert on 4th and 20?
Yes,
in their end zone, man.
It went right through dude's hands. I felt like that was a setup, man. He was just like this.
Yes, and you let the 2-point conversion happen when just stop that and the game's over. So I blame the Colts, man. I don't blame, like, what else was Lovey supposed to do at that point? I agree. If the 2-point conversion don't work, he loses the game. It was a very risky thing to do, especially given how this team played in the red zone all year. Mm-hmm. It just so happened to work. And now people want to act like, oh, it was his master plan to fuck over the Texans. Like, this shit could have easily went sideways a lot of ways, man. And it just so happened to roll out that way. So
I do feel like in his heart, he probably felt good. He's like, all right, I got my win. They ain't got the first overall pick. They fired him.
Afterwards, especially after he knew he got fired. Yeah, I'm sure
Yeah.
he was like, "Oh well, at least we went out with the win,
Mhm.
and y'all ain't get the first pick."
Yep.
But during the game, that was definitely not on his mind, man. He was not
Yeah.
like, "Let me win to fuck him over." Like he wants to win regardless, man. And those
Yeah.
players wanted to win, and they were happy. They didn't give the players don't give a fuck about no first round pick, man. They don't.
Yeah.
So
It was rumors in the locker room. Some of the players said that was their Super Bowl.
I felt like that was a fact because the guy deleted it because the who
Yeah.
was it? The player who
I don't know
who got mad? I forgot who did.
I don't think they he said who the player was.
There was a player who quote tweeted and said, "Really? I bet." I forget who it was though. And
Really?
then the
Okay.
dude, yeah, I saw it. And then the DJ Bieneman, the reporter, he deleted the tweet.
Yeah.
But a Texans player actually was like, "Oh, for real, bro? Like you putting that out there?" But he wouldn't imply it was a lie.
Yeah.
He was implying like, "Why you put that out there?"
I ain't see that. Damn.
I did. I saw that before he deleted it, man, because he deleted that shit pretty quick.
Damn.
But I forget which player said that, but somebody said that. But so yeah, I'm sure that was true. They said that game was their Super Bowl, and they won. So I mean, yeah, when you got 3 wins, every win is gonna feel like a fucking Super Bowl, man. But so yeah, man. I mean, it could have went either a lot of ways. Even if they went with a tie, the Texans still would have lost the first pick. So like it was what it was, man. So I don't put that on Lovey or think that was him trying to screw up the organization in the game. Now, as far as them firing him and how that looks to fire two black head coaches in consecutive years, look, man. People have said it already. Lovie Smith himself said he didn't even know he was a candidate until they gave him the offer. Basically, like the head coach search after Culley was such a fucking mess. And reportedly, I mean, this is what John McClain has been reporting since the beginning. They wanted Josh McCown, but after the Brian Flores lawsuit, they couldn't hire this unqualified white guy who had never done anything over qualified black candidates.
Yeah.
So they had to get somebody else. Josh McCown wouldn't look good for the team in the league. So they just went with what they knew. And Lovie Smith was just like, all right. So, I mean, as far as Culley and Lovie Smith, Culley got paid a lot of money. People have brought this up. People forget this. National media don't want to talk about that. Culley got a lot of money, man. He got paid this year for not doing shit.
Yes.
And I look at it as the Houston Texans giving 2 elderly black men a nice retirement package to go home and take care of their family with. Some generational wealth. Okay. We want to talk about generational wealth. They got tens of millions of dollars to be the head coach of a losing football team and walk off into the sunset and do whatever they want. I ain't heard shit from Culley. I don't even know where Culley is, man. He probably in Cabo with a pog or something, man. I don't know what he's doing. He probably somewhere just enjoying life, not even thinking about football. So I look at it like that, man. Like, look, people, it's weird because people got upset that the Colts didn't hire like a black head coach. They hired Jeff Saturday off the couch, a very unqualified head coach.
Yeah.
But it's like, so do you want a Lovie Smith situation with them too?
Yeah.
Like, do you want a black coach to just go into a shitty situation with a tanking team and be set up to fail? Or don't you? Do you just want black faces no matter what the situation?
Yeah.
That's a confusing thing to me, man. Like, if you don't like what happened to Lovie Smith, don't get mad at the Colts for hiring Jeff Saturday.
Yeah.
And say they should have got a black coach because the team was going to be terrible no matter who was the coach.
Yeah.
So that got on my nerves, man. But like, he has like.
How did you feel about what Stephen A. Smith said?
It was very, Stephen A. Smith pick and choose when he want to be pro-black, man. I got to say that, dog. And this was an easy thing to be pro-black on because nobody cares about the Texans,
Yeah,
and it's a very easy thing to just make into a racial issue. And personally, I've said it before, man. I know people probably don't agree, but I don't care. Like, I don't give a shit about the number of black head coaches in the NFL, man. I just personally don't. I don't care if there's any personally. Yes, it's good to see. Yes, I'm rooting for them, but I just don't care. Like, this is not a real black issue, man. You got to think these are 32 jobs, man. We got real issues as black people trying to get equity and in hiring places, man. There's still talk about tech places not hiring enough black faces or people being qualified and still not getting enough, like regular jobs, man.
yeah.
And this is the NFL head coach. Like, none of us have a chance of getting
That's
that job, man.
that's a privilege, man.
Yes, no regular black person has a chance of becoming a NFL head coach, man. It's a very exclusive job that's only gonna be available to people who are already in there. If I was in the NFL as a coach, I'd rather be like a position coach or an assistant. Don't make me the head of the team, man. Get me somewhere where I can just
Yeah,
chill, do my thing, and collect millions.
yeah. I won't be under a microscope.
Yeah, don't make me stand up to the fucking podium every time the team shits the bed and I got to be the face of it.
Yeah,
Like, let me be in the background and let some other white guy take all the flack when we lose, man. I don't want to be the face of, these bad teams or whenever you lose a playoff game or whatever.
yeah,
But talk to all these fucking snooty ass reporters trying to talk shit. I
yeah,
don't want to do that.
yeah. Honestly, at the end of the day, I don't care what you are. Just hire the best man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem. I think that's kind of my problem because I don't really care if they black or white, and I'm kind of curious. I feel like the players don't really care either.
They look, and that was my other point, my second point or whatever point I'm on at this point. But if it was a real issue, let the players and the other coaches in the league deal with it. We
Yeah,
don't need like fucking reporters and like it doesn't need to be a national outcry, man. If players care, I said the same thing about people complaining when Steve Nash got the Brooklyn job. If fucking Kevin Durant and Kyrie did not want him or they wanted a black, they would have got a black coach if they wanted a black coach, man.
yeah,
They got everything else they wanted.
yeah. I think they just wanted a coach they could kind of run over.
Yes, exactly. So if it's an issue about hiring black coaches, other coaches need to speak up and say that, and players need to too. I don't hear a lot of active players talk about it. I hear retired players say it, but they're talking on ESPN every day, and that's their job to talk about shit like that. I don't hear a lot of active players say, hey, we need more black coaches. I don't think they really give a shit.
Yeah,
And I don't know about the other coaches too. Like, I don't know. It's
yeah,
an issue they should resolve themselves. But I just personally don't care, man. Like, you can't, of all the issues we have as a race, like the number of black coaches in the NFL is like right at the bottom,
yeah,
right below like fucking, I don't know, ghost pepper wings at Popeyes or some shit. I don't know. They have you had that yet, man? By the way,
Everybody keep talking about that.
yeah, I'm
I,
thinking about it. But I heard they brought it back, but they're doing a chicken sandwich thing, man. People are
yeah,
saying it tastes different now. It don't hit the same.
yeah. Because I think I had them a minute ago, but I ain't. It's to me, it's chicken. It's not. It ain't. It wasn't nothing special about it to me because I was wondering. I'm like, why is everybody? Even my mother told me she had the ghost pepper wings, and I'm just like, damn, why is everybody just bringing up ghost pepper wings? So I was just like, all right, but yeah, I didn't know it was a craze for it.
Yeah, it's a low key craze. It's not the same as chicken sandwich. I don't think anything is gonna top the
Ain't
chicken
nothing gonna top
sandwich.
that, man.
That was just a moment. That was just a
That
weird
was,
moment in time.
you had to be there for that moment, man.
Yeah, that was just a weird moment in time. We'll never see anything like that again. But the
Yeah,
ghost pepper wings is causing quite a stir, man. They had it for a little bit, and they took it away and they just brought it back now. But they're saying it don't hit the same no more. I don't know. I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know.
Yeah,
That's just what the streets are saying.
yeah, yeah, man. But anyway, I think no, I agree with you, man. I would like to see more black coaches in general, but I don't think I'll be hitting my fist on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if anything, let's say the Texans hired Josh McCown, and you got these other, better candidates out there. I would be mad over that. Like, damn, like I don't care, if he's white and it's a black coach out. Just give me the better coach. That's how I look at it, man. Would I like to see more black coaches in the NFL? Yeah, sure. But we done been we done been a part of too much losing, man. Romeo Crennel was a coach in Cleveland, man. That was a big deal when he became. I think it was the first black head coach in Cleveland history, in Browns history. And it started off okay, but it didn't end good.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I don't need to see a team. They got to get a black head coach. So I don't know, but anyway, what Stephen A was saying, man, to me it was a little ridiculous, man, because this dude worked for this dude root for the New York Giants.
Yes, who never had a black coach.
Yeah,
one of two teams that's never had one.
Yes, and I don't hear him making an uproar about that. Now they had a pretty good season this year, but they've been bad for a little bit. So I never heard him complain about them not hiring Brian Flores, who was, I guess, thought he was getting that job. I ain't hear him have all that energy that he having for the Texans. So if he feel that bad, maybe he need to get on this show and talk about how the Giants eventually need to hire Lovie Smith or something. Then, if it's that big of a deal, or hire David Culley.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, that the black head coach thing is something that's like the one thing he'll be militant on, because he does it for the NBA, he does it for the NFL too. Whenever some team hires like some unqualified, he was very upset when Brooklyn hired Steve Nash. Like, he was really upset about that. Yeah. And so that's the one thing he keeps banging his drum like about the black head coach issue. But personally, like, I just don't care. He blew a lot of shit to the side. He didn't care about the Kaepernick shit. He gave Jerry Jones tons of passes for all the shit he's done. He done gave Dana White passes for all the shit he's doing now. So, like, I don't really want to hear it, man. Like, fucking it is. He's just, that's his issue that he wants to be militant on, whatever. But I see Stephen A. Smith as more like a comedy character, honestly, man. Like, I don't take him seriously for nothing, but he's funny. He's funny when he gets Mike Irvin on and they be talking shit about the Cowboys. But I don't take him seriously on anything, honestly, man. He's like a meme to me at this point. I watch him for comedy, entertainment. I don't take anything he says seriously.
He's just a walking bit.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. And look, salute to him, man. If you want to go that route, I'm fine with it. He put in a lot of years being a reporter or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was working in Philly at one point. He salute that he worked his way up. I think he got to the point now. And I don't want to put him in the same category. Well, I can't. He's kind of like a Skip Bayless at this point.
Oh yeah,
where he got his show. He had fun. He get loud and had these opinions and all that stuff. It's not really that serious, man. It's not like I'm sitting there watching Adam Schefter or some shit. He's doing this show. He's a media personality. So I kind of look at him like that.
Yeah, nah. He's like you said, he's a bit. He does what he does, and I just look at it as comedy, but I don't take anything he says too seriously at all. So yeah, I think we can agree. I don't think the Texans are racist. I just think it was a weird situation. I will say I think the organization is just poorly run. So I mean, that's why I'm not jumping out the window to defend them. Like, ultimately, you shouldn't have been in this position to put these coaches there in the first place. You should have tried to get the coaching search right the first time. This will be the third time you've tried to get it right now. So, yeah, it's just embarrassing for an organization to look like this. So, I mean, regardless, it's just a bad look, period. And I get it. So I'm not gonna jump out the window to defend him. But some of the allegations are kind of ridiculous, man. But everything got to be fucking political now. You know how it is with sports and ESPN and all these reporters. So it is what it is.
Yeah. Real quick, shout out to everybody on Facebook. Leaving comments, man.
Yeah, how come we don't see him on here?
I don't know why
Streamlabs is fucking up.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to get to the comments. I see Spoon in here. I seen
What
a
up,
couple other,
Spoon?
I seen a couple other people. I can't get to the damn comments though. So I'm trying to. I'm on my Facebook page trying to get. Wait,
I don't know.
Hey, hold on real quick. Let me see something real quick.
This motherfucking Streamlabs niggas pay for this shit.
All right.
It's still not working right.
Yeah, I had to go to the damn video.
I see Jenny P say, "Sup guys on YouTube." What up, Jenny?
What's going on?
We just got finished talking about how the Texans fired 2 black head coaches.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out to my man Trenton. He on Facebook watching too. He said still not a good look. 2 black coaches gone after 1 year. I mean, look, man, I'm not saying it's a good look. Look, it's not a good look. You firing 2 head coaches, and
it's not a good look hiring 3 coaches in 3 years. Period, man.
Yeah, I would say that it's not a good look overall. Like if you keep getting rid of coaches and every year it's a head coaching search, that's not a good look. So I kind of agree with that. But yeah, man. Shout out to everybody weighing in on it.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard it from both sides, man. I get it. I get why it looks bad. And that's, the organization shouldn't have put anybody in this position to begin with, man. But it is what it is. We're here now. I think this is like the last chance for this GM. The owner, of course, he's an owner. You're going to keep owning the team. But this got to be a last chance for Caserio, man. If he gets it wrong this time, he's got to go too. So, yeah, we'll see. Some people want him gone now, but, I don't know. I mean, you want to get a new GM now too and then just restart this whole thing from scratch? Like, fuck, can we get a little continuity here? I don't know. But if you want them gone too, I can't complain with that either. It is what it is. I won't complain if they just cleaned house, period. Because, I mean, shit. Fucking 3 wins and 1 tie and every other game is a loss. Didn't win a single game at home. Damn shame. Should be ashamed of themselves. With your old ass. Dog, I was watching the Soulja Boy, diss to Ice-T recently. Dog, that shit is still funny, man. That video is like 15 years old now. And that he said, you gotta be ashamed of yourself. Old as you is.
Did you see him going at Tory Lanez?
Yeah, I did. I didn't see the video. I saw he was getting at him. I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, did he have some kind of beef with Tory before the case, or did he just?
No, I guess he was just defending Meg a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Did you hear it at all?
No, I didn't hear it. Pull it up, man. I didn't actually hear it. But yeah, Soulja Boy been wild on the internet for 15 years plus now.
Yeah. It's so funny because that's so him, man. like he do that type of stuff. If we were celebrities and we said something bad about Tobo, he wasn't the greatest rapper at all. He'd just go in, man. Let me try to pull up a little bit because he was on live and he went in for like a good 4 minutes, man.
Damn.
I'm like, what what is he doing?
So that Coke hit, man. He ran about anything. So
yeah,
that's how it goes.
All right, hold on. Let me
pull that shit up. And Jenny P says it feels like we're always restarting. Yeah, it does, and that's the worst part, man. Like this rebuild it shouldn't be taking this fucking long. Oh, here it goes.
Wait, let me make sure the sound is on here. Wait, hold on 1 second.
Sound ain't playing.
Yeah, no, I was trying to make sure because I gotta click a button to play the sound.
No, yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go.
I'm the only nigga in the whole rap game that's gonna say something. Okay, cool. Well, fuck you, Tory Lanez. You a bitch, nigga. You a bitch, nigga. On me. You a bitch. You a bitch. Shooting bitches is a whole move, nigga. Go slide on the ops, pussy ass nigga. Oh, I forgot. You ain't got no ops. Lame man, nigga. We smoke a Tory Lane pack, nigga. Tory ain't no motherfucking goat, nigga. He a bitch. Any nigga that shoot a bitch is a bitch. Any nigga that shoot a bitch is a bitch, nigga. Fuck you, turn my nigga.
So I mean,
he did this for about 4 minutes.
yeah. Now I got to call this out because now I see people coming out the woodwork. First Soulja Boy, and now I've seen 50 Cent apologize.
Yeah.
50 Cent, I don't think I've ever heard him apologize to anybody over anything.
Yeah.
And he done offended a lot of people. 50 Cent came out on, I think he was doing an interview with I forget his name. It was a famous interviewer. I forget the dude's name now. I was blanking on it.
Is it Big Boy?
Yeah, it was Big Boy. It's Big Boy. And he apologized to Megan Thee Stallion because he said he heard the leaked phone call from Tory Lanez. And now he feels like, and that's what everybody who heard the call felt. He was basically admitting guilt. Yeah. And now he feels bad because, 50 Cent was trolling like he always does and was implying that Meg was lying, like a lot of people did. And to be fair, at least he came out and apologized. A lot of people didn't even do that. Joe Budden didn't.
Yeah, I actually respect that because he, like you said, he never apologizes for anything. Mm-hmm. But because I think he actually made a joke about Meg. I think he pretty much comparing her to Jussie Smollett.
Yes.
So I'm sure he's probably 50 joke around a lot, but I was shocked he apologized, and I respect it. I respect him apologizing for it, man. Like I would respect anybody who was sitting there didn't believe her at all, going against her. If they came out and said, "Look, I'm sorry," because look, in this day and age, people do not apologize.
Mm-hmm.
People be doubling down. So I'm just glad he didn't double down or just get quiet and move past it.
Oh, it's Mad Wine Chemist. It's Jenny P. Okay, what up, Mad Wine Chemist? Yeah. Good friend of the show. Also, op of 50 Cent. 50 Cent's mortal enemy in Houston.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm surprised he apologized. But yeah. So we still got your merch.
Yeah, we gotta get you back up here one day, man.
Yeah, for sure. But so yeah, I mean, it was very strange to see 50 Cent. At least he did it, but I just like, is there any self-reflection as to why everybody thought she was lying in the first place?
Yeah.
Given the fact there was no kind of proof that she was lying or evidence besides goofy conspiracy theories. Yeah. Like that's the main issue. Like that's why we'll just never learn from this, man. Because instead of just saying, "Whoop, I was wrong," you're not going to examine why you didn't believe her to begin with.
Yeah.
And it's just, it comes down to you like him more than her. That's really all it comes down to, man. And when it's somebody you like, you defend them automatically.
And it also comes down to who you hate. Because some people never liked Meg at all. And so it took this incident to really be like, see, that's why I don't like her, and just go with Tory Lanez.
No, definitely. And we're going to get more into that because there's a few more developments, but yeah, just had to bring that up. Like it's still nasty because, instead of just, it's big to apologize, but there's more self-reflection that should go on that just hasn't. A lot of people just moved on like nothing happened. And y'all were on this girl's ass for
Years, man.
Years after this shit happened, calling her a liar, harassing her, and not just random trolls on the internet, like people in the industry.
Yeah.
Drake with his bar that he never explained or apologized for.
Yeah.
Like, you just gonna skate on that too? Our fellow Mob Ties brother, our Mob Ties affiliation is pending, by the way.
Yeah.
But more spam in the fucking, come on, spammers, leave us alone, man. Go get your spam off somewhere else.
Yeah.
But so yeah, it's just nasty all around, man. And I don't think we're ever gonna learn from this shit, but it is what it is. It's just where we're at now. But anyway, with all that being said, let's get into some music, man. There's not a whole lot of music to talk about, but there was some stuff that came out that we didn't talk about last week. I forgot to bring this up, but Quavo made a new song. He released a song in remembrance of Takeoff. It's called Without You. Very sad, solemn song. Basically him just pouring his heart out about what happened and how much he misses Takeoff, and very emotional. The video is just him, smoking a blunt and just looking very depressed.
Yeah.
So, we're not gonna rate this song because it's a RIP song. So
yeah,
we ain't gonna rate it, but just it was you could tell he's still grieving and he's still processing the whole thing. So yeah, you gotta take as much time as he needs to come to terms with it. But yeah, it's very sad all around. Still sad, still hard to believe, man, that it happened in Houston and it happened at all. So yeah, tough times.
Yeah, it was tough. Me personally, I'm not really a fan of these type of songs because it's so sad. Like, no disrespect. Look, I'm down with people creating stuff like this because at the end of the day, music, that's kind of your people diary. That's where you kind of get your shit off a little bit. And you get some shit off your chest a little bit. But I'm just not a fan of sad songs like this, man. We hear it all the time, even songs that's not meant to be really sad.
Yeah.
Remember the Wiz Khalifa song?
See You Again, his biggest song.
Yes. And I can only think about Paul Walker on that song. So I'm not really a fan of that song, man. And I'm not saying the song is bad, but
I don't like the song at all. They played the fuck out that song too, man. Damn.
Yeah. So man, I'm not a fan of those type of songs, but I do appreciate him just getting shit off his chest, man, because you don't really see a lot of rappers do that type of stuff. Because you know that some of the tough rappers, whenever they lose somebody, they kind of make a tough song. They don't really sound like Quavo. Quavo sound like he was crying in the song.
Yeah.
But if it happened to Gucci, man, he wouldn't really do anything like that. It'd just be rapping like But I felt for him, man. I still feel bad for him, man. Prayers to him. It's tough, man. I still can't believe Takeoff is gone.
Yeah, it's sad. And speaking of Gucci, I think Gucci actually made a song about Takeoff too, pretty quick after it happened.
Yeah, he did.
So,
it didn't sound nothing like this.
Yeah, nah, but it was still, I would say it's definitely more lyrical, but I mean, Gucci's just a more lyrical guy. So, but it was, he made a song too. So, yeah, just sad, man. And yeah, it's going to take a while to process it for everybody involved. Yeah. Also, Offset had a new song. I don't know when this was recorded, so I'm not going to claim like he's over it, but he has a song out with Hit Boy called 2 Live, and it's definitely not a RIP song. It's a kind of a club hit, kind of a more upbeat type of trap song with Hit Boy, who I guess Hit Boy is becoming a full-fledged artist now. And yeah, it's okay. I don't have much to say about it. It was all right for what it was, but honestly, man, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it feels weird hearing the Migos or anybody in Migos make like a regular Migos song right now. To me,
Yeah.
Yeah. So Offset, like I said, it's likely was made before it happened, but still.
Yeah. So it feel weird because of the situation that happened.
The situation, yeah, basically, yes. And the
Yeah.
fact that, yeah, like I'm not saying
It sound like they over it. Like they back to rapping about money.
Yeah, man. It's like
life moves on.
It's like I remember after Biggie and Pac died, like the gangster rap kind of slowed up a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say everybody became conscious, but it feels like everybody slowed up a little bit after that happened. And it didn't seem as wild as it was during like the East Coast, West Coast thing. And like they had a whole press conference and they made peace and all this shit. And it was like it seemed like everybody cooled off a little bit. And look, I understand people gonna make the music they make, but from the Migos themselves, like it would definitely feel weird if Quavo made a song like this that just came out. You know, Offset, okay, they were estranged a little bit. Plus, he got an album now supposed to come out around this time anyway. That's probably been done for a while now. So music is likely done before.
Yeah.
But even on like it just feels weird seeing like Offset having a great time right now, man. It's just I know that sounds fucked up, but he's out here partying and having fun with Cardi B and doing it like just
photo shoots.
Yeah, and it's like, man, your brother just died, man. Like I'm not saying you can't have fun. I know it sounds fucked up, but just to me, I'm like, dog, we never gonna hear the Migos again, man. The Migos never gonna be together again. And he's focused on his solo career and he's making songs and about to release the album. And it's just, this is weird. I know it sounds fucked up, and I think it is fucked up, but that's just how I feel innately, man. It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
But I don't
know. I agree with you, man. Like it's honestly uncomfortable in real life when somebody loses somebody close to them.
Yeah.
And especially in a tragic death. And then a couple days later, they still going on. They just having a good time. It's just like shouldn't like I don't like to tell nobody how to grieve, but like damn, you just moving on back to normal.
Yeah.
So it's hard to tell people how to grieve, but it do look from our point of view, it do look strange.
Yeah,
like they're back to just rapping about
trapping and guns and shootouts and shit. I'm like,
It also feel weird to me when whenever a rapper dies or get killed and they release one of their albums.
Yeah.
And it's like, ain't nobody about to catch me slipping. I got my gun on me all day long. And it's gonna take a lot to kill me and just be talking like that. Where I was like, I got to cut this off. Because it's hard to me, it's hard to listen to Pop Smoke.
Yeah, no, his last album sounded really weird because of that.
Man. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to listen to stuff like that.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, so it is weird, but I mean that's just what rap is now, man. Yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, whatever. Did you listen to anything else this past week?
So I listened to Moneybagg Yo and Glorilla.
Okay.
They got a song. I was kind of shocked to see this song, but it's a song called On What You On. On O-N what W-A-T, the letter U on.
On what you on, okay.
On what you want. I'm on what you want, I guess.
It's trying to be like you, man. I sound like one of them type of
It's your girl. I'm trying to be like you, Playboy.
Be like you, man.
You got it. You got it. Like you. But I heard this song. I ain't like the song at all. These are two artists from Memphis. They both from Memphis, Tennessee. I want to say they on the same label. I think Moneybagg Yo is with Yo Gotti. So I think they label mates technically. But this is not really a good song to me. They tried to do. It seemed like they tried to do like a girl versus boy type thing. Where, hey, I'm always with my friends, blah 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 blah.
Mhm.
You be tripping all the time. And
Like a chicken head type thing or something.
kinda not as much. Ain't nobody gonna top chicken head, to be honest, but it was somewhat like that, and it wasn't good at all, man. It was no chemistry at all, and I ain't like it. I ain't like it, man. It was pig pen.
Pig pen. Damn.
Man.
Pig pen mentality. Pig
Starting
pen.
like Glorilla had a spark when she started, but I don't know what's going on, man.
Now she just got
the hogs, the pig.
I got a random question because I feel like now with the female rappers, I'm starting to notice a lot more female rappers with deeper voices. Do you think that the deep voice female rappers are kind of in right now? Do you think that's gonna escalate a little more?
I mean, I guess I've never even thought of that.
Because I'm starting to see a lot more now. You got Glorilla, you got it was somebody else that was signed to Gucci Mane. I thought it was a dude rapping, but come to find out it was a girl. I'm like, oh shit. And then it's shout out to Lola Brooke. I think, yeah, Lola Brooke. I want to say she's from New York. And of course, the New York media is just hyping her up. Like they trying to make her Glorilla. Yeah, she kind of got a deeper voice too. And she like fucking 4'11". I'm like, damn, that little girl sound like that. But it seemed like it's starting to be more female rappers with that deeper voice.
Look, I'm not even surprised. Like, it's funny because the male rappers are getting more high pitched in their delivery.
They sound a little more like
females are sounding like fucking Barry White. What the fuck is going on, man? Like, it's just a wild world out here, man. It's the emasculation of the black man. See, it's all part of the agenda. Okay, we need to have a Tariq Nasheed on. We could talk about this in depth about how the black man's being emasculated. You see, they killed the Black Panther and replaced it with a woman.
Yeah.
Now you see all the women rappers sound like men and the men rappers sound like women. The basketball players out here wearing dresses. Yeah, it's gonna be that podcast now, man. we gonna be there.
And you know we gotta bring up the black actors or the comedians gotta play a woman.
Yep, everybody. Why they gotta wear a dress?
Yeah. Look at Martin Lawrence. He had to play a woman before he could get big.
Yeah.
Look at Wesley Snipes. He gotta play a woman. Look at Eddie Murphy. He gotta play a woman.
We gonna be that typical black. Look, if it gets our views up, man, you might see us take that fucking.
maybe Kyrie Irving would repost us.
Right. Yeah, man. Yeah, we need to get on that wave. Shit, I see all these shitty black podcasts talk about the same topics over and over again. You can tell they just fucking fall on the wave. But now we ain't doing that yet. At least not yet.
I feel like, man, my patience for good content is running low at this point because sometimes a lot of the people are doing podcasts now. And sometimes they go on Instagram Live and I can kind of see what they're in the podcast setting. So I'm like, let me see what they're talking about. Every time I log in, they be like, so if a guy take you out, and I tune out. I'm like,
yep.
I'm out. Another time they have it again. Another time I'm like, let me see what they're talking about. So a man should have to pay child support. Like all the discussions y'all have on Facebook and Twitter, y'all bring it.
Yeah.
Like, nah, I'm out.
So a man got to pay the whole rent, or are you gonna pay half? Like shit, like come on,
the room. If you pay half,
right?
Like, oh my god.
Yeah, I've gotten, like I said, man, I'm trying my best to tune out social media like a little bit more this year because it's just the same shit on Twitter every day, man. Unless something big happens, it's been the same. It's just the same discussions rotating daily on social media, hypothetical situations that have no base in reality, and just stupid people arguing about bullshit all day, man. So Yeah, I'm getting sick of it.
And can we leave the fake ass tweets behind, man?
Yes.
Hey, babe, I got the job. I got the job. I'm so happy, but
Yep.
I gotta work 7 days a week now. So, Chris, you mean to tell me that you gotta work 7 days a week and you can't spend no time with me? But Jesse, you know I've been working for this job so long. This is my biggest opportunity. So do you not want to be with me? No, I don't want to be with you, Chris. Well, can we leave that alone now, man?
Leave that alone. Leave the people making up scenarios and tweets that we have no proof actually happened. All this hypothetical stuff, I'm getting sick of it, man. Like, I'm just sick of relation topics, period, on the timeline. They fucking locked Andrew Tate up. Can we lock all this shit up with him, man? All this goofy shit. It needs to go.
I didn't even know who Andrew Tate was until he got locked up.
Same here.
And everybody,
I didn't know how popular he was. Dog, my nephew was talking about him. And I'm like, this is like 13 years old talking about Andrew Tate. I'm like, how you know Andrew Tate?
Yeah.
But dog, I didn't realize how popular he was until like he got in some trouble and he got banned off a bunch of shit. And then he went to jail. So yeah, I don't know. I think these are like just weaker versions of Patrice O'Neal to me, man. He was like the original dude talking this type of shit.
Yeah.
And
I think Andrew Tate was pretty much a what's the dude that passed away? The
Kevin Samuels.
Yeah, it seemed like he was kind of like a Kevin Samuels.
Yeah, for white people. Probably. I don't know, man. But yeah, all these male influencers who just be on some bullshit. And like, look, I'm not gonna say everything they say is wrong, but they're intentionally trying to be controversial because they're trying to sell something.
Yeah.
You know, and once you keep that in mind, all this shit sounds goofy. I'm getting sick of it. I have no more patience for it. So enough, people. So with that being said, let's get into some topics, man. Some things that happened this week. A lot going on as usual. Now we talked about Tory Lanez earlier. Apparently he is hiring a new lawyer. This lawyer is an 81-year-old man named, where is this fucking, did I fucking already delete it? Oh, anyway, he is I think I
Suge Knight's old
yeah, he is Suge Knight's and Snoop Dogg's old lawyer. He defended Snoop Dogg in his 1996 case, murder case, which he got acquitted, and he also defended Suge Knight when he ran over a guy like 10 years ago or so, and the result was a hung jury, but Suge Knight still went to jail. So yeah, Tory Lanez is trying to get a new trial, and yeah, he's fired his previous lawyers. He's trying to get a new trial going, and I don't know if it's gonna work. I was hoping we were finally done with this whole thing, man. That was my one wish for this whole saga. I want it to be over with. And I'm hoping, like, look, ultimately you do want justice to be served, but I feel like we got the truth at this point now, man. So I don't know. The Tory truthers will never give up. There are still a lot of people who believe that he's innocent.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be banging his drum too. But personally, I'm just sick of it, man. I want it to be over. What do you think about this whole thing, Figgy?
Yeah, I think this is a Hail Mary for Tory Lanez. I think he should have did this from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
To me, not defending him, but it seemed like he kind of had a shitty lawyer. I don't know where he got this lawyer from, but he should have hired the best lawyer possible from the very beginning. And now he seemed like he kind of scrambling, trying to backtrack a little bit. And look, man, the state of California do not play when it comes to guns.
Mm-hmm.
And I think everybody know that. So I don't think, maybe look, man, maybe he could get a lighter sentence, but he ain't gonna get out of jail. I mean, he not wiggling out of jail at all, man. I don't think it's gonna be a thing where he don't do any time. Maybe he don't get the 22 years. Maybe he could get 10 or something like that. I don't know. But that dude is serving some time. I'm not going the Charlemagne route when he said about Tekashi 6ix9ine. I'm not putting my money on it, or I ain't saying that
it's a weird thing to say, man.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. So
I don't even want to play around and say that.
But I'll say for people who don't know, Charlemagne said something to the effect of he'll suck some. What was it, DJ Envy's?
Yeah, I think either
he'll suck somebody's dick if 6ix9ine get out of prison.
Yeah,
and so that's just a weird thing for any dude to say. Period.
Yeah,
like
I mean, but I ain't going. Yeah,
usually people put money up when they say things like this. They don't offer sexual favors.
Yeah, I'll quit my job, or I'll shave my head.
I'll put $500 or $1,000 or $1,500 on if Tekashi 6ix9ine get out of prison. Not I'm gonna suck dick. I'm like, whatever. It's very strange. Charlemagne's just a weird guy, though, man. He said he's had a lot of things like that. Come up.
Yeah, but I don't think he's getting out of jail that easy. So maybe he's getting this lawyer to try to get a lighter sentence or something, or maybe get one of the charges dropped. But I think it's a little too late for that, man. I think, man, I said this before. We ain't gotta go through this whole situation again, but I really think his I guess the way he was acting leading up to this trial, I think that had a lot to do with him getting found guilty of all of this too, because it seemed like he didn't care at all. He was walking around cocky, like he's not going to jail. He was shoot. I think he punched August Alsina. He beat up August Alsina. He was getting in trouble, like it wasn't nothing. I think that on top of him having a gun in California, I think that played a big part in it. So maybe he's just trying to get one of the charges dropped so he could get less years or something. But I think it's a little too late now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The guy's name is David Kenner. I believe, by the way.
Right. Yeah. He represented a lot of people in some cases too.
Yeah, but I mean, he's 81 years old, man. It's fucking have Joe Biden get up there and defend you. Like, is he really even still mentally all there?
Rusty Harden.
Right. How old is Rusty Harden, by the way? Let me look it up. How old is Rusty Harden?
Ain't he like in his 70s, to be honest?
He has to be 70s. Yeah. Oh, he's 81 too.
Oh shit. God
damn. Well, I mean, he seemed pretty bright
at
times.
Yeah, so. I met Rusty a few times and he was cool as a fan, man.
Yep, I bet.
Cool. Yeah, I didn't think he was 81 though. I thought he was at least like 73.
Yeah, nah, he was born in 1941. Damn, shit. Fucking right in the midst of fucking World War II and shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, we'll see how that goes. But like I said, I was ready for this to be over with now. I just wanted to know the truth, and at this point, just do your time, Tory. It is what it is. People still gonna listen to your music when you get out, so whatever.
Shit, yeah, they gonna listen to it while you in jail.
Oh, definitely, they gonna run the numbers up, man. He gonna be he gonna have some best-selling albums released when he's fucking in prison.
His album gonna go number one.
Yeah, it's gonna be like Shine's what was it called? Something Buried Alive. What was that fucking Shine album called?
Oh, okay. I forgot about that.
This nigga recorded songs on the phone in prison, man. I'll never forget that. Godfather Buried Alive. Yeah. And that was one of his only, he only had 2 albums.
That's crazy.
He had his first album on Bad Boy, classic, by the way. Yeah. And then Godfather Buried Alive, which was released, only one song had a phone verse. but it was still. I remember that song, and it was fucking terrible. So yeah, it'll be his version of Shine's "Godfather Buried Alive" album.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. Real quick, shout out to Brad Spoon. He on Facebook Live. Pablo, shout out to Pablo. He on Facebook.
what up, Pablo?
Yeah, they said congrats on the X Award. So appreciate it.
Yeah. Give it to Figgy.
Yeah.
Give it to Figgy, man. Award-winning Figgy.
I need to put that in my bio.
Oh yeah, award-winning radio producer, man.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's side note, why do so you know in the city it's a whole bunch of people that work for news stations and reporters and journalists.
Mm-hmm.
Why it seemed like every one of them had like Emmy award winning journalists. It seemed like if you look at all of them that work for any station, it's like Emmy award winning journalists or Emmy award winning reporter. It seemed like they just giving them out like candy.
Pretty much. And look, man, if you ever wonder why reporters will stand out in the middle of a natural disaster
For that.
with the camera and report on it, that's why they get awards for it, man. I'm sure a lot of reporters here got awards for Hurricane Harvey coverage.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why their ass will be sitting out there in waist deep water in the middle of a hurricane with 90-mile-per-hour winds and still trying to record and talk about what's going on, even though we can already imagine and see.
Yeah.
So that's why they do it, man. But yeah, they do give a lot of awards out like that, man. So it's not even a big deal when you hear somebody, Emmy award-winning team on the morning show. Okay. So speaking of trials and drama and whatnot, Gunna has returned to Instagram. He is back. He made a post. I'm guessing it's in his living room. It looks like he's working on a new project or music or something. And he has I'm surprised he did not close off the comments.
Yeah, what the caption say? Because
the caption says, "Niggas acting like they switching to a side, but it's only one side. Hashtag YSL the label. Hashtag Free Thug and Yak." And he said, "Gunna back" with 2 C's, like the Crip spelling. Apparently, I didn't confirm this, but I heard originally it said Gunna back with the CK, but then he changed it to the Crip spelling of BACC. So,
with that edit button.
the YSL the label part was hilarious.
Yes.
Because
didn't he say it was a gang? It confirmed that it was a gang?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. He got fried in the comments, man. Dog, I was scrolling. I had to stop because I was laughing so hard. Niggas calling him Gunatello. Gunatello. I've heard I heard you snitch for a 4 for 4. I've heard push and plea, Gonna tell, all this stuff, man. Yeah, it's so now it's a label, huh? That's not what you told the judge. And we gonna act like that's not a witness board in the corner. That does look like a witness board. I don't know what that is. You can't enhance the image, but it looks like one of them TV witness boards, or like one of them things where the detective is trying to put together a case, and he's got like the red string going from picture to picture. That's kind of what it looks like. Here, y'all can see if you watch on the stream. I can't, but see that thing in the background on the brown board.
Yeah, right here.
What that looks like, some kind of police department detective witness.
I know.
Thing or something. Like I don't know if he did that for promo or what.
This is the guy right here that did it. This was the guy that was driving the car over there. This man had the gun.
You got Young Thug's picture at the top, probably, and then all the YSL.
He's the mastermind.
Yep. So, yeah, I don't look, man. So apparently this has caused some kind of like YSL civil war. I know on Twitter, Gunna also returned. He said RIP Lil Keed. And Lil Keed's people came back and kind of implied they didn't appreciate that. They kind of said, keep his name out your mouth. And so apparently there's been some kind of like little mini civil war over this whole thing. I think a lot of YSL people unfollow Gunna, including Young Thug's sister, apparently, according to DJ Academics, man. I'm taking this all off of him because I don't follow this bullshit. so it's what he's reporting. So if you really care about it that much, go check out DJ Academics timeline. He's reporting on the whole thing. I don't really care that much. But what do you think about this, Figgy? Do you think Gunna will be able to return to music and be what he was before all this?
I think he can make an attempt to return to music. I think he's going to drop some music. He's going to drop some projects. So I just don't know, because we had this conversation with about Tekashi 6ix9ine, and to be honest, it seemed like I mean, we see on the internet all the jokes and all this other stuff, people weighing in, but do people really care if the music is good? Like, if his music is still fire, you feel like people gonna turn the other cheek and just still work with him and still support him? I'm not sure. I think it all depends on his music, man. And he's nowhere near like Tekashi 6ix9ine. Tekashi 6ix9ine was a troll and all this other stuff. Gunna don't seem like a troll. He seems a little more laid back a little bit. So I think it's possible that people will still support him and he could still have a rap career. But I'm just curious from his point of view, is he gonna look on the internet and try to address everything, or is he gonna say something to everybody that call him a rat? If that's his main focus, I don't think the music gonna be good. Because if you strictly focus on what people saying about you on the internet, you focus on what Freddie Gibbs said, and you trying to address him because he's not that type of rapper that sit there and make a rap diss about you. If that's his focus, man, I just don't think the music gonna be that good. So I think it's possible he could still have a rap career, but I don't know, man. I think he just got to zero in, just make some good music, and people will probably eventually look the other way.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest obstacle he has, I think, is finding people to work with him, because he was an artist who did a lot of features and had a lot of features. And you know how rappers are, man. Once this stuff pops up, they don't even want to be affiliated with that kind of tag.
Mhm.
So, especially people who were close to Young Thug.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine him having another Drake feature anytime soon. And it's it'll be tight working with people at this point, because nobody wants that label on them too. So I don't know how it's going to be on that end, man. Personally, I feel like if he's determined to just make music, he should just say fucking and lean into it. I think his first single back should be called Yes Ma'am. And he should be like making a mockery of it. Like, do I get money? Yes, ma'am. And some shit like that. Like, he should lean into it and just look, because look, these allegations aren't going away. The trolls ain't going away. Like, niggas still in Lil Durk's comments talking about Wine Tree Slide for Vaughn and shit like that. Like, they're never gonna let it go, man.
Yeah, that's not going away. Yeah,
they're never gonna let this go. So either lean into it or ignore it, but don't try to like explain yourself. Don't try to do a live and say, no, I'm not a snitch because this and this.
I never talked to anybody.
Yeah, don't try to explain yourself, man. Either lean into it and just be a troll back, or just ignore it. and continue what you do. But it's not going to go away, man. These allegations are going to follow him, especially if Young Thug gets locked up and does serious time. They're going to follow him for the rest of his career. So it is what it is. Just got to move forward. But yeah, we'll see.
So I looked up to see what record label he signed to, and 3 record labels popped up. So he's still signed to YSL, Young Stoner Life.
YSL the label. Gotta make
label.
sure you make sure you clarify that.
Yes, ma'am. I guess that's connected with Atlantic Records and 300 Entertainment. So I agree with you. I feel like it's a lot of people that probably wouldn't work with, a lot of street rappers that probably wouldn't work with him. But I do feel like whoever's on Atlantic Records and 300, I feel like they might be forced to work with him. I don't know if it's like an R&B singer or some rapper that don't care, that's on the label, that's just getting paid regardless. I feel like that's probably the best chance of him getting collabs with people.
Okay, let's look up who's on Atlantic Records right now. Let me look up I can't find a whole list. Okay, hold on. I see artists. Okay. Would A Boogie with the Hoodie work with Gunna? I ain't heard shit from him in a long time.
That's tough, man. Because I feel like I'm sure he labeled himself as a street dude, but I feel like he might be the ones that don't give a shit.
Yeah,
gonna try to get the bag and keep it moving.
Would Bruno Mars work with Gunna?
I think so. I mean, if he do, he really like his music. And feel like they can I don't think he's gonna be like, oh, what, that boy snitch.
Yeah, Bruno Mars ain't got no street cred to be like, I don't fuck with snitches. What's Bruno Mars gonna say, man?
Yeah.
Would Cardi B work with Gunna?
That I don't think so.
Yeah, same.
I don't think so. She got a lot of street people in her corner.
Yep.
I don't think so.
Charlie XCX could work with Gunna. I could see that happening.
I could see that.
Charlie Puth. I don't know how to say his name, but he could.
Yeah.
Hey, Corday. Speaking of Corday, I forgot to put that in.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Corday. Naomi Osaka is pregnant. This man Corday done secured the bag. I'm assuming it's Corday's baby. I didn't see nothing from Corday saying it was his, but she did post she was pregnant.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's his.
Yeah.
But I'll be shocked if it wasn't.
Let me look up on Instagram. Has he posted anything? I don't see anything, but I'm assuming that is his because she's the only one. He's the only one she's been linked with. And she posts that she is pregnant. She's going to miss the Australian Open, of course. So yeah, congratulations to Corday. Do you think Naomi Osaka, you're the tennis guy, man. Do you think Naomi Osaka will return after this?
I think she will once she have the baby and, get a little time to herself. I think she will attempt to come back. I don't know if we're going to see the Naomi Osaka at peak, because I think Serena said it herself, man. It's hard to get back to what she was after she had her baby. And that was Serena Williams, and she was still getting close.
Yeah.
But man, I hate to say it, man, and I don't like to doubt nobody, but I think that's it for her, man. I think she's gonna attempt to come back, but I don't think she's gonna be the same. She ain't look, Serena used to work her ass off, man. Like Serena was literally the LeBron of tennis. Well, she greater than LeBron when it comes to tennis, but that's how hard she worked. She used to bust her ass. I don't think Naomi Osaka, no disrespect, I don't think she worked as hard as Serena. So I don't see her going in like that, man. I can see her still playing and having fun, but I don't think she's gonna be that top tier number one tennis player in the world like she was at one point.
Yeah. And I'll go even further, man. I suspect either consciously or subconsciously, Naomi Osaka got pregnant because she was looking for a way out of tennis. Like at least to the full-time aspect of always competing and the pressures of winning and losing. And I think she's been trying to get her look for a way to get out. And I'm sure she wants the baby and wants to start a family as well. I'm not saying that's the reason why she's having a kid, but I feel like subconsciously she's probably been looking for a way to just get out and just be done with it. Full time at least. I'm sure she'll still do matches and compete in Wimbledon or whatever and like the big stuff. But I think as far as being like a full-time competitor, I think that's pretty much behind her now at this point. She'll just do it for fun, but it's not going to be, she's not going as hard as she used to go after this point.
Yeah, I think she made a pretty decent amount in tennis.
She made a lot of money.
Yeah, I think she'd be just fine. But also, I could see her dipping off, doing her own thing, like making her own brand up. Maybe it's modeling or something. I don't know. I think she'll find something to get into.
Yeah, I think she made a lot of smart investments. I know she's always been on like the Forbes top whatever list every year. So yeah, I think she's made a lot of smart investments. I think she'll be fine. So yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, salute to her. She had a cool little run.
Yeah. Holly says her net worth shows to be about 38 to 45 million. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's up there. I mean, she was a big star. And she also, I think she has a Netflix deal too and a bunch of stuff going on. So yeah, it seems like she was making moves outside of tennis because she is probably preparing for something like this for a while now.
Yeah, and two, we gotta remember, man, tennis is not it's not like the NBA where you got some superstars that's going for 12 to 15 years.
Yeah.
A lot of tennis players don't go that long.
They burn out quick, man. It's a tough sport.
A 30-year-old tennis player is old. They be starting from the age 15. So, she had a good career, man. Sometimes we look at Serena and Venus as the bar or the standard when they were pretty much the LeBron, the one that's playing 18 years and still playing at a high level. That stuff probably won't happen again. So I find myself doing that too. Whenever I see somebody, I'm like, oh, that person washed up. They ain't really had a good, but I gotta remember it's tennis.
Yeah.
So somebody like Maria Sharapova, at first I'm like, oh, she ain't had that good of a career, but in tennis, yeah, she that was an amazing career for her. And look at all the money she made. So you got to remember that. I think she had a pretty good career. And and that's to show you that it's going to be a long time before we have another Serena.
Oh yeah, if ever, man. At this point, we'll see. There might be one in training now, but yeah, I mean, it seems like the field is wide open. I feel like we got Coco who's been playing pretty well. But other than that, I mean, it seems like it's kind of like golf. Like it's wide open to have another Tiger. You don't know if there's ever going to be another Tiger, but it's wide open to have another superstar in these sports because it seems like it's a lot of parity going on. A lot of people get a streak going and then they lose and they cool off for a bit. So yeah, you never know, man.
It's crazy because like I like tennis and around every big event. You always see a couple players that's like, damn, he doing his thing. Like, all right, we're gonna see him around a long time. And then you won't see that person ever again.
Yeah, like that nigga who did the Millie Rock. What happened to him? Remember that dude? That dude from New York who I want to say it was last year at the some kind of open. And he made it pretty far. Yeah, that black dude. I forget his name now. What happened to him?
Yeah, Fonto. I'm trying to think of his name.
I gotta look up tennis player Millie Rock.
But It was a black player. That,
Francis TFO, or how you say his name?
Tiafo.
TFO.
I want to
Yeah.
say from I want to say from Baltimore.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, yeah. No, he's I always been entertained by him, man. He good to watch, but like I said, man, it's super competitive, man. Some of the people that was my favorite players, or I thought that was going to be doing good, they kind of fall off a little bit. And same thing I said about Serena Williams. We look at people like what's his name? Roger Federer, who been playing since he was playing up into his 40s. We think that's the standard, and it's like, man, it's not. And Rafael Nadal, they playing today 37, 38, and it's like, man, this shit is rare. So, yeah, man. It's sometimes, you know, it be some people that rise or catch a hot streak. Kind of look at it like the NCAA. Sometimes when you get in the NCAA, you always have that Cinderella team that make it to the Elite Eight and then to the Final Four.
Yeah, like TCU.
Yeah.
in football.
Yeah, that was a rough game, man.
Yeah, no, dog. How do you run up the score that much, man? They had the backup in there. He looked like the fucking starter.
Yeah.
Whoa, TCU looked like ass out there, man. It was bad.
Yeah, dog. So I forgot the game was on. I was fucking watching Law and Order criminal Law and Order Organized Crimes, the new one. Yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, the game on. I went to it. It was like 35-0 or
at halftime. 35-7.
I'm like, nope. I went right back to Law and Order, and then I ended up checking in again. It was like fucking. It was like 50-something-7. I'm like, oh my god, this is. Oh, I'm glad I ain't watch a minute of this shit because I was kind of pulling for TCU.
I think a lot of people were, man.
Yeah,
everybody want to see the underdog win.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was a different sport they were playing.
Yeah.
Like fucking varsity high school team against a pro college team or some shit like that, man. It was a mess, man. It looked ugly. Yeah, I didn't watch the game. I saw it on at the gym, and just like these niggas just kept scoring, man. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
65-7 the final score, man. Ridiculous.
Yeah, now it's about to be the conversation. Should Alabama been in that playoff instead of you? So now it's gonna be that conversation.
Yeah, I think they need to expand it. You can't just win one game and get in the championship, man. They need to expand it. We need to, because football is very fluky, man. You can fluke your way towards one win. It's hard to fluke 3 or 4. So, I mean, I think they got to expand the playoff, but I'm sure they will. They've already talked about they're doing it. So, yeah, we'll see. But that game was terrible. Awful. Yeah. Holly asked, back to tennis. Holly asked, has Sloane Stephens, I think that's how her name is, Stevens, whatever. Has she fallen off?
Was she ever on?
Ooh.
I think she was a good. I enjoyed watching her, but she never really took off to me. Like I felt like she wasn't that good, man. If I had a top 5 list, I wouldn't really put her on there, man. She was always good. She was super cool. She actually tweeted me back one time.
Hey.
Cool. But
and look how you treat her.
I know, man. She to me, she was just like an average player, man. And yeah, I don't even know where she at. I ain't seen her in a long time, man.
I'm looking at some of her scores. She doesn't look like she's done awful. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. How'd she do at the US Open? She lost to what the fuck? No, it's something else. She lost in the second round to Schwat. I don't even know how to say that name. But so yeah, I don't know. I guess she has kind of fallen off or never was on, but yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, she a cool person, but she just never took off like I thought she would have she took off.
Yeah, kind of like old track girl. What's her name? I already forgot her name. Remember that track chick with the
fighting for.
what was her fucking name? I already forgot her name. She was the biggest track star.
Yeah, I don't want to be ignorant, but it was like it was not Sharkeisha or
track runner weed. It was Sha'Carri Richardson. That's right.
Yeah.
It was Sha'Carri Richardson. Yeah, she was the talk of all the Olympics.
Yeah.
And
Once in a while, I see her pop up because somebody be like, "Hey guys, Sha'Carri
once
won
in
that
a
race."
while, she wins the race, and they're like, "Hey, see, y'all
Hey.
wrote her off."
Yeah, so nobody's talking about this.
Yeah. I'm sorry. We only care about track when it's the fucking Olympics, man. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, her time is time.
She got to wait another 4 years.
Yeah, we ain't keeping up with track now.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it is what I don't know. A lot of fly by night athletes at this point coming through.
Damn, Sloane Stevens 29.
Who?
No, I'm looking at Sloane Stevens. I didn't know she was 29.
Oh yeah, she getting up there.
She a vet. She Adonis Haslam.
Yeah. Tennis. Yeah, pretty much.
Why the fuck is he still playing?
They keep paying him.
Oh,
Same with Vince Carter. Why would he not? He plays as long as people pay him.
Oh, did you see him in the game recently?
No.
This dude looked like he do not need to. I don't know what the hell he was doing, man. They need to just put him in a suit. Put him in a suit and give him a clipboard at this point. I don't know why he's still playing.
Yeah, I'm looking at his stats. I don't think he's even played a game in a while.
Yeah,
they
put him in garbage time at one point, and dude almost got into a fight. Yeah, put your old ass down somewhere, man.
Dude, 42 years old, man. Damn.
I'm gonna see if I can try to find this damn video of him trying to play. But man, dog, if you sit your ass down.
So far this season, he's averaged 7 minutes, 0.6 points. So yeah, he hasn't played much at all. I don't even know how he's taking up a roster spot.
Yeah,
but oh well.
Yeah, he getting that money, but man,
yeah, Miami Heat tanking. I guess I don't know. What's the Miami Heat record? What they doing?
I don't think they doing all that.
Miami Heat are. Wait, let me see. I can't even see. Okay, Miami Heat. Actually, they're not too bad. They're 23-20.
Right, okay.
So just above 500.
Okay. I think that everybody thought they was gonna be a little better though.
Yeah.
Did you see this video right here? Look, they try to throw an alley hoop to him.
Oh, no. What? What the hell?
Catch by Udonis, but he fell.
Dog. That was pathetic, man. Yeah, I'm sure he hasn't played in the game since then. I'm surprised he actually flew back with the team after that. They should have just left him there on the floor and not even picked him up. Just went back to the locker room. Yeah, that was pathetic, man. But hey, as long as people keep throwing checks, I wouldn't be surprised if he keep playing, man. As long as somebody keep paying you.
Yeah, I don't think he's expected to play anyway. So yeah, sitting there talking shit.
He's the veteran presence, quote unquote. So hey, easy money.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen the Twitter timeline is in a tizzy over Lori Harvey again.
Yeah,
she's got a new man. The star of FX's own Snowfall, Damson Idris. Yeah.
She collecting her stones, man.
I mean, I don't even have anything to say about this. I mean, who gives a shit?
The funny thing is, it's like the guys on social media is like, oh, she's just going through everybody. She's just going through everybody. And the women are like, she can date whatever she wants. There's nothing wrong with dating. I'm like, the first thing I thought about was, damn, old boy got a contract. So now this dude about to become the man of the year. He about to be the man of the year. He about to be on the magazine. This dude about to win an Oscar. He about to have a nice little run now. Because that contract expired with old Michael B. Jordan. I ain't heard anything from him since.
Oh yeah, he's he's kind of slowed up for him, man.
Yeah, shit. I was surprised to see him in Black Panther.
Yeah, man. I mean, he got that new Rocky movie coming out, the Creed movie coming out with what's his name? I'm forgetting everybody's fucking name today, man. I forget that dude. That dude who he played Krang. Fucking what is this? Creed 3. Dude, Jonathan Majors, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm blanking on everybody's name tonight. But Jonathan Majors is in the new Creed, and that comes out next month. So, yeah, I'm sure you'll see the press tour for that cranking up pretty soon. Or actually March, not February. So, it comes out March 3rd. So, yeah, reserve your tickets.
What's the movie do you got the movie you ready to see or
no? I like nothing. Everything is terrible now, man. I can't think of any. Everybody said the Avatar movie was good, but I just don't feel like watching no shit like that, man. I didn't even like the first one. I thought the first one looked cool in IMAX 3D. It looked really, the effects were crazy, but the story was really basic and stupid, and I don't really want to see more of that story. So I didn't really care to see it. I don't know what else is coming out. I'll probably watch House Party just to say I watched it. We can review it on the podcast.
Yeah, I was just about to say, you want to see that, or how you feel about that?
I don't see it on streaming. I'm not gonna pay to see it in the theater. But we can talk about it on the podcast. It's good podcast content. So I would see it for the podcast, but I'm not excited to see it or care about it or have any expectation that it'll be decent. But who knows? I might be surprised. Who knows?
Yeah, it's crazy because this is probably the one movie like I don't have a problem with them remaking. Because House Party is so generic anyway. I felt like you could always make another House Party. It won't be that big of a deal. It's not like making another Coming to America and using the same actors and all that shit.
Yeah,
I'm perfectly fine with them making another House Party. They probably gonna make another house. They gonna make house parties until the end of time.
I mean, maybe. I don't think they fund black movies like that too much. Unless they're made for super cheap. I know this was supposed to be an HBO Max movie, but HBO Max did the merger and they basically said they're not going to put it out. So they said, fuck it, we'll just put it in theaters then. And yeah, I mean, knowing that it was supposed to be straight to streaming, I already don't think it's going to be very good.
Yeah.
But in all the rapper celebrity cameos I see in it, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, Kid Cudi.
Yeah, I think Lil Wayne was in it too or some shit. Like, all right. But yeah, I mean, it's whatever.
Yeah, of course, Christopher Reed gonna be in there.
Oh, of course.
Probably gonna be somebody's father.
Yeah, I'm sure. Now I've seen the LeBron cameo a few times too in the commercial, so yeah, I know that's happening too. Yeah. Holly mentions Lolo Jones. We're talking about athletes that just washed up after a while. Yeah, Lolo was crazy, man. That whole story was insane. And then she came back as a bobsledder later on, and she still couldn't get a medal. And she got on TV, was crying when she was in track about all this shit. I don't know. It was very weird. Very strange person, Lolo Jones. She was a virgin as well. I think she might still be a virgin, supposedly.
Really?
Yeah, she said she was saving herself for marriage, but she's like in her mid-40s now.
40 years old.
Yeah, so...
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently, she's like super Christian and was saving herself for marriage, but never got married.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. Dang. So I gotta ask you a personal question. Are you still single?
yeah.
Hey, are you still dating, or are you kind of off?
I would probably consider myself single-ish.
Hmm.
I mean, there's a situation that may or may not work out. So I'll just put it like that.
No,
But
no, it's nothing crazy. Like, I ain't trying to hook you up or nothing, but
okay.
I just ain't want to ask you a random question and you got somebody.
Oh
So
yeah.
I was gonna say, would you date a girl if she was a virgin, or would that kind of scare you a little bit?
I don't
Because I'm not talking about like taking somebody serious, but somebody you meet, she fine, you mess around with her, you find out, she a virgin. Would that kind of scare you a little bit where you like, nah, I don't want to be the first one to crack?
it wouldn't
Or-
scare me, but I would have to like a lot of things about her. So first up, I have to assume this woman is older, like at
Yeah,
least mid-20s,
yeah,
and not but
yeah,
I mean, I would have to like her a lot because to be honest, I never understood like people's obsession with like a virgin or getting the
I,
like
I never
like
understood that.
that's too much to have to coach up, okay? That's and I'm in my mid-30s now. I don't have the time to teach a woman everything about sex at my like you got to come in with some knowledge at this point, man. I can't fucking I can't be the instructor on every single thing. And yeah, it's I don't know. I would have to like a lot about her to do it. Holly says she hella fine. Yes, I'll wait it out. See, I feel like Lolo Jones has to be insane.
Yeah, something. I
Something can't be because there's no reason for her to not find a dude at this point.
yeah,
She's been famous for a long time. She's had chances. I'm sure she's had access to all these rich and famous men, and
yeah,
none of them were marriage worthy.
yeah.
I
And
don't
you
know.
mentioned she super religious? Like, I think, man, and this is so funny because I go to church once in a while and all that stuff, and I went to church when I was a kid. But I know this one thing about people that meet each other in church and they are super religious. They waste no time getting married, man.
Yeah.
They waste no time. Man, they might, I don't know, quicker between them or somebody that's in the military. They waste no time getting married. Like, I wonder if it's because they're not having sex with each other. And so that kind of make it on more demand to let's get married because this is the one I want to be with and I want to have sex. Because if me and my girl, we've been together since 09. And it took me until 2016 to propose.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we was kind of chilling, to be honest, but let's say we both grew up in church, we both were super religious, we met each other at the church. I don't think I would wait till 2016 to get married. Or to
Mm-hmm.
propose. I would probably propose that next year. So I wonder, so that's, to me, if she's super religious and she's possibly talking to other super religious people, I don't know. Man, I don't know her at all, but it got to be something with her, man. It's something she's doing wrong where ain't nobody sticking around. Because I guarantee you, a guy that's sticking around for over a year and not getting anything out of it, just going on, they would have popped the question.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's something going on there. Oh yeah, I forgot. She was reportedly dating Ndamukong Suh for a
What?
minute too. Yeah. This is like years ago. But yeah, man. I mean, she's been connected with a lot of people.
Damn.
But I mean, she's famously claimed she was going to save herself for marriage. She's 40 years old now, and she's been on a lot of reality shows. She was probably the worst contestant on Dancing with the Stars ever. She was terrible there.
Damn.
And yeah, it was her whole career has been a mess, man. Honestly, like from being embarrassed at the Olympics to being embarrassed on Dance with the Stars. I think she was on Celebrity Big Brother too, like a bunch of crazy shit, man. She's kind of famous for fucking up, to be honest. But she seemed like a chill person, man. At least when I see her on like interviews and stuff, she seemed like she a cool person, but I don't know. There must be something there. She is cute though. At least she was cute. I don't know what she looks like right now, but she was cute in her prime, man.
Yeah,
She had that little Rashida Jones mixed look going on.
Yeah, Troy on Facebook said Jesus freaks equal freaks. Freaks.
Yeah, usually yes. But yeah, maybe
in his experience.
Usually no, 100%. Like anybody with like a square ass appearance, usually like even with jobs, occupation, religion, like they're the freakiest people.
Yeah.
Like teachers are the freakiest people, nurses the freakiest people. Super religious people are the freakiest people. That's why they're so religious. They're trying to make up for that sin.
You know what's the worst thing though, man? The fine woman with all the sex appeal. That sex is so whack.
Yep.
Like it's like, man, you like
right. Yeah.
You be out here showing it all. You be looking sexy, but you can't do nothing, man. Like you boring as hell.
No, 100%. That's because they feel like they don't need to have that. Because they already look good and you should be doing all the work.
It don't be freaky at all.
Yeah. And I hate to see it when you see like a fine girl on Instagram and then you find out, oh, she got an OnlyFans. Let me look up some of her content, for free. And then you look it up and, oh, she can't fuck at all. Oh, the head game is terrible. And it's like, oh, okay, you just got the body and said, fuck it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, some of them, that's why some of the most fire porn be like with the average chicks.
Yeah.
Because they put the maximum effort in, man.
Yeah.
They really got to impress people.
Yeah, the amateur. Amateur one. Yeah. Like
you gotta get that girl we had on. She was good at it too. So
yeah. I forgot her name.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, man. Shout out to the amateur porn makers, man.
Yeah. The ones really putting in the work, man. Not y'all. The ones who get a BBL and just lay there.
Yeah, or the ones with the full blown production and don't be doing the damn thing.
Oh, speaking of porn, did you see that thing about how in New Orleans, you got to have like an ID to watch Pornhub now because of some new state law? Yeah.
I know that. Damn.
Yeah. In New Orleans, you got to be over 18 to watch it. Damn. So you have to provide your driver's license information to get on the Pornhub.
That sounds scary.
Yeah, I'm not even putting my credit card on no fucking Pornhub. I definitely ain't putting my fucking driver's license.
Yeah, so they can plaster it up like, Ryan Rocket. Ryan Rocket was watching sex with pregnant women. That was in this recent search.
Yeah, man, you ain't catching me like that. Yeah. So, yeah, very, very interesting. What some people are. I've noticed like a growing cry to ban porn, and at first I thought it was like a niche religious people doing it, but I've seen it grow more and more with people. Some of these influencers and these like, these men. These like talking heads influencers who are like talking to a lot of guys and trying to get them to be more masculine have been saying stop watching porn, and it's growing into I wouldn't be surprised if states start passing laws like this and we start seeing this more where people say porn is either banned or you got to be over a certain age to watch it.
Yeah.
So
I wonder why, man. Like, is it destroying people's homes or something? Because
I think
it's not like, I understand gun laws and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Where, tragedies happen and they trying to figure a way to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
But what's the tragedy in in the in porn.
I do think it's more readily accessible because I remember growing up, like, yeah, we all saw porn,
You had to work hard
but
for it though.
you
Man.
had to
You
either
had to work.
see your granddad's sneak into your granddad's room and get his
Get that old-
magazines.
or get that old VHS tape.
Yeah. Or you gotta watch HBO late at night, and that wasn't even like porn. It was
Yeah.
like very softcore.
It's a soft porn.
Yeah. And now everybody has a smartphone. Everybody got access to the internet, and everybody got access. And there's porn everywhere, man. There's basically porn on Instagram, porn on Twitter.
Man, sometimes I'll be scrolling, and sometimes I'll be forgetting who I'll be following.
Yep.
Randomly, I just see some damn titties. I'm like, oh.
Yep.
And I think what it is too, I think certain people I follow, they retweet the shit.
Yes.
So it pop up on my timeline. Like, what the fuck? Who? And I'm like, who the fuck is tweeting this in my damn timeline? And I have to mute them because I'm like, man, I can't, like, people be over my shoulder and shit. Like, I don't need to be seeing no hardcore porn on my timeline and then see the Adam Schefter tweet or some bullshit. It's all over the place, man.
Yeah. No, it's everywhere now, man. And I do think, like, I don't know how you scale back internet access at this point because it's really impossible.
I don't think you can.
You can say, oh, I got child-proof stuff, but kids gonna find a way to look at shit. So I don't know, man. And it's not even just like regular TV shows will have like hardcore sex in it now, man.
Yeah.
So it's hard to escape at this point.
It's getting worse now because remember back in the day, you always had sex scenes.
Yeah.
Most you'll see is probably like some titties or something, some nipples. Now, man, you see the guys shit. You see their package. You see the ass and the position. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like it'd be a little awkward. Like, ain't nothing wrong with a nice little set scene, but sometimes it be shows you could possibly watch with your parents.
Yes.
Like if your mom, if your mother like Power, and y'all sitting there thinking,
and like hardcore sex scene come up.
Yeah, and it's just like, all right, come on, and it'd be like some real porn type scene. I'm like, man, that's that's a little uncomfortable, man.
Dog, do you ever be scrolling a porn site and then click on a video and then be like, damn, this is shot a little too good, and realize it's from a TV show? I be doing some shit. I'm like, wait a minute, this lighting is a little too professional, but it looks like porn. But it's a little too professional in the way it's edited and cut in the music. I'm like, wait a minute, this can't be no fucking Brazzers. It's like, oh, this is an FX show. Okay.
Yeah.
It's something on HBO. All right.
Yeah, they used to do that shit back in the day too, where they'd be like, Holly Berry, hot sex.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it'd be something from the fucking Swordfish store. What's the other movie she was on?
Oh, Monsters Ball.
Yeah, it'd be a scene from Monsters Ball. Like what the fuck? Like I thought it'd be something like Holly Berry sex tape.
Yeah,
leaked.
You thought something leaked? Yeah. Oh, it's just her and fucking what's his name?
Monster Ball. Yeah. Troy on Facebook said had to watch the Unscrabbled Spice channel.
Yep. Had to turn on the X-rated channels and just hope that the picture would clear up for a few seconds.
Yeah.
But now it's everywhere, man.
Yeah. Shit, we used to have to go to the gas station to get they used to have the fucking porn right there at the window. Yep. Like you get some cigarettes or some lottery tickets, it'd be Black Ebony.
Oh yeah.
Part 5 or some shit sitting right there. So
shit was tough, man. We used to have to wait till the fucking Braun panties match on WWE.
Uncut.
Yeah, see BET Uncut. Yep, that was one too. Speaking of WWE, did you see this whole drama with Vince McMahon coming back and like they thought he was gonna sell the company to Saudi Arabia and all this bullshit?
Yeah, man. I want. How true do you think that was? Do you think that was somewhat in the talks?
It had to be. Like, I wouldn't be surprised by anything Vince McMahon does, man.
Yeah,
Because I feel like in real life he's a lot like his character on TV, dog.
he a
I
little,
think he's a little
he a little
crazy,
slimy,
man.
man. I think he a little slimy,
Yeah.
and
And
it's
he's already in cahoots with Saudi Arabia. They do shows there every year,
yeah,
pay-per-views and shit. So I wouldn't be surprised.
yeah, and not to mention he had his little allegation too.
Yep.
With did they ever announce who the wrestler was, or just unknown?
It was women. I don't know if they ever announced. There was speculation. I don't know if it was ever officially announced, but yeah, he was basically paying women off who he had slept with and all
Yeah.
that, and all that came to light. So he stepped down. His daughter took over, and Triple H's son-in-law. But then his daughter quit
Yeah,
this past week, and this man came back and took over the company again, basically, and now he's trying to sell it. Reportedly, allegedly.
yeah.
So
That would have been a hot mess, man. If he sold it to Saudi Arabia.
I think he still might, because I mean that's the only way he can still. Number one, the company goes private.
Yeah,
They have a lot of money. Saudi Arabia is going to take over
they got
everything,
a
man.
shit ton of money,
They
man.
they're already fucking up golf for everybody, throwing all these bags at people. They
Yeah.
already took over soccer. They own PSG and a bunch of other clubs too. And look, they better hope they don't start getting into basketball, man.
Yeah.
They gonna get Kevin Durant and all them.
Yeah, Kyrie Irving gonna go right
Oh
over there.
hell yeah, you gonna be right at home with
$100
them.
million a year, 5-year contract.
With my Saudi Arabian brothers, man. Yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they start taking over everything, man. But yeah, I would not be surprised if they bought the WWE. Like I thought it was very, very. I thought it was a done deal for real. Apparently, it was not true. People are saying that it did not. It was just a rumor. But I wouldn't be surprised if it actually happens, man. Because Vince is kind of crazy, and
If
he
he
wants to
could
remain in control until he dies. So who knows?
If he could just get rid of sell it to them and get his money and ride off in the sunset, I think he will.
I don't know. We'll see, man. But yeah, they're taking over. So I don't know. Who knows?
I wonder how that would make the wrestlers feel, man. There'd probably be a lot of wrestlers jumping ship.
Oh, definitely. Until they got like the money.
Yeah, unless they get like 100 million or something crazy.
Yeah.
But I can see a lot of wrestlers jumping ship to AEW or whatever the name of that other one is.
Yeah, AEW. I think the biggest impact would be on women,
women,
because
yeah.
they would basically like get rid of the women's wrestling because that shit don't really fly over there.
Man, they strict. Did you see what they did with the soccer? I think the soccer dude over there. So apparently in Saudi Arabia, you're not allowed to live with a woman that you're not married to.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it's a big time soccer player there. And I don't know if he did. I guess they looked out for him. So they letting him live with a woman. So they kind of turned the cheek. They turned the other way and let him do it. So that was kind of like a big deal, I guess.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, damn, I didn't know they was that strict like that.
Yeah, it's they're very very old school. I'll put it like that. Over there, man.
And I guess it's not really women friendly, which is
the reason. Can't drive and shit and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Man. So
I think that's the reason why I guess a lot of people one of the reasons why they super critical possibly WWE going over there.
Oh yeah, definitely. The women will be out of a job, basically. You know, they couldn't. They I think even when they go over there, they have to like cover up a whole lot. You know, basically they'd be out there showing ass and everything.
Yeah,
now they got to cover up, and I'm sure their matches are like 30 seconds long and shit when they go to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting to say the least. So we'll see what happens with that, but who knows, man. Did anything else happen this week? I think that basically covers the biggest storylines. I can't think of anything else really. Who do you think is gonna go to the Super Bowl this year, man? What are your picks?
I'm gonna say, and I'm not trying to be insensitive, but
the Bills, just because of the story.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the Bills. I feel like they're gonna get a little more juice,
Mm-hmm.
and they're gonna do it for DeMar, and I feel like they're gonna finally get one.
I can see it. I can see it. I would personally like to see the Chiefs and the Eagles. Just a nice little black quarterback showdown or
Yeah,
something.
some Texas boys.
Yep. That would be dope to see.
Yeah, it'd be good to
But
see Jalen Hurts get one.
oh yeah, definitely. I would like to see the Eagles. Like for some reason, I just feel like the Eagles are gonna lose pretty quick. I just don't. I for some reason I just feel like I hope I'm wrong, but I feel like they're kind of like how the Ravens look really good in the regular season, and then when they get to the playoffs, they get exposed. Of course, the Ravens are not going to have Lamar Jackson, so they're definitely going to expose here.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's I don't know, man. I hope I'm wrong. I hope Jalen Hurts takes it all the way, but I just for some reason, I guess it stems back to I saw the Texans game, and I wasn't all that impressed by Jalen Hurts in that game, man. Considering
yeah,
the fact that he was back in kind of his hometown, done playing, and it was Thursday night football, primetime game.
yeah.
He didn't look very
One of the
impressive
worst
to
teams
me.
in the league. Yeah,
Yeah, a terrible team he was playing against, and he didn't look very impressive to me. So I don't know, man. Hopefully I'm wrong. I hope he actually takes it all the way, but we'll see.
yeah. Side note. I don't think I've run this up before, but so I've been trying to keep up with Deshaun Watson and the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember we was talking about how it's gonna be rough for him going forward, and you're gonna get booed at every stadium and all that stuff. I feel like it quieted down real quick, man. Like I mentioned this on the air, how I felt like him playing in Houston was probably be the worst atmosphere he'd be in.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like other atmospheres, I feel like they ain't gonna really give a shit that much. And I mean, if they do boo, it'd probably be at the beginning, but it'd die down. I felt like it would die down real quick, man. I don't think he got booed that much to the point it felt like a normal game outside of the normal atmosphere.
And let's be honest, man. The only reason he got booed so heavy is because of the way he left Houston.
It was in Houston.
Yeah. It
so
wasn't because they weren't necessarily booing just because of the allegations. They were booing because he quit on the team.
yeah.
So
So I think like because we kind of disagree, they disagree with me on it. Like the kids, if he play in Kansas City, the crowd gonna be rocking no matter what.
mhm.
They don't care who the quarterback is. They ain't going be more intense because it's Deshaun Watson. They don't give a shit. So I just think I mean, sad to say, man, but I think
It's
people
true. Like, look, man,
I think people don't care.
it gives them something to heckle, and
Yeah,
it gives them like something like the same thing with Ben Roethlisberger. Nobody really cared that much. It was just something else to call somebody you didn't like. Oh, look at the rapist out there. Look at the rapists out there. But ultimately, it's not like people just
yeah,
didn't. It wasn't like they were super righteous about it, man. You just don't like him because he's playing against your team.
yeah,
Okay. If he goes on your team, you'd root for him.
yeah,
Okay. So it's all goofy football shit, man. And it's just something, it's just something to make a creative sign about, is something to make jokes about for
yeah.
fans.
And he was
But
still
they don't care that much.
yeah. And I'm not saying he won't ever get heckled. He still get the heckles and all that
Yeah.
stuff. But the way it was at NRG, it ain't about to be like that everywhere he goes.
No.
And I knew once I knew seen how it was there, and honestly, I thought it was gonna be worse than that.
Hmm.
So it seemed like it was a little light, maybe because the Texans the season damn near over and people was tuned out. But man, the rest of the games wasn't that bad at all. Like I forgot about the whole shit.
Hmm.
Unless the announcer bring it up and say, remember, this is first game back or second game,
Yeah.
just the allegations. And all this time, man, people sitting there talking about, oh, it's gonna be so bad for him for the rest of his career. And look what they did in Jacksonville. They were chanting you sick bleep and blah 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 blah. I'm like, man, that shit ain't gonna last, man.
by next year, it'll be basically forgotten about. Honestly, like the commentators will stop bringing it up.
Yeah.
And the fans will have basically got over it unless, like I said, it'll be something to heckle him over. But you're gonna boo whoever was going against your team regardless.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're gonna boo harder just because of Deshaun Watson, unless he's in Houston, which of course we have bad blood with him because of how he left. But everywhere else, man, they don't care that much. I think you're right.
Yeah, I think he playing. I think they come to Houston again next season. So be interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if the NFL try to make that game number 1.
Could be.
Try to spice it up a little bit.
Well, I mean,
it's fair to do it now since the suspension is over.
Yeah, but then again, that means giving a primetime game to like 2 shitty teams, man. So I mean, I don't know if they want to do that. Maybe Monday Night Football because they usually get trash matchups.
Yeah,
or the Amazon Thursday game, maybe. Yeah. So we'll see, but it's not going to be no fucking Sunday Night Football. The Browns and the Texans. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, man. Anything else going on? I'm scrolling the timeline. I don't see nothing else really.
I think so. I'm trying to make sure ain't nothing trending.
Yeah, you don't want to miss any. Yeah, I think that might be about it, man. I don't see nothing else going on tonight.
Yeah.
So yeah, appreciate everybody joining the chat, man. Joining us streaming on Facebook. Everybody congratulating Figgy for his well-deserved X Award he got today. And yeah, everybody rocking with us since day one, man. Or if you're a first time coming in, we appreciate y'all. Appreciate the wine chemist coming in on YouTube. Appreciate Holly on Twitch. Everybody who came through on Facebook, appreciate y'all as well.
Yeah, shout out to Troy, Pablo, Noriega, the real.
Yeah.
I always think about every time I hear Pablo, I think about
you found Manuel Noriega,
the real Noriega. He owed
me 100 favors. That's one of like the most ridiculous rap lies of all time, man.
To me, I think that's up there with you probably ain't familiar with the song as much, but this dude named Fat Al who's from Cleveland.
Oh yeah.
On Madden when he said put 28s on first nigga to put 28s on the Jag. Like 28-inch rims on the Jaguar. Come on, man.
Yeah,
that was the most ridiculous thing ever. But
Jadakiss or Styles P, I forget who said it. They weigh the Coke with the same scale they weigh the whales with. Shit, that whole song is just nothing but ridiculous lies, though, man. So you can't even get mad at that we gonna make it shit. So yeah, just funny rap lies, but yeah, that is funny. Yeah, well, I know Noriega, he owe me 100 favors. All right,
like Noriega, your ass 100 favors.
Really? Did you see that sidebar? Did you see that fucking somebody on TMZ ran up to Rick Ross? I gotta find this shit. I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but it was a funny ass clip, man. Fuck, can I find it?
Find it.
Shit, it might be gone. It might be gone. Somebody at Rick on TMZ ran up on Rick Ross and he went on a fucking funny ass rant, man. Shit, I might not be able to find it. Fuck it. I mean, it's not that funny, but basically, somebody ran up on him at TMZ and he was asking for a nickname because Rick Ross gives everybody in the tabloids a nickname, I guess. And Rick Ross is like, first off, who is you to tell me what to call you? You know, you ain't in no position to tell the boss anything. And he said, you eat pork, don't you? And the guy said, yeah. He's like, you just had a sausage, didn't you? He had a sausage. He said sausage is real weird, like sausage or something. You just had a sausage, didn't you? He's like, yeah, I had a he guessed something like pork sandwich or something. He's like, yeah. He's like, I can smell on your breath. How you gonna eat a sausage and then come talk to the boss? Rick Ross is one of the funniest people ever in hip hop, man. I don't care what you think about him.
He
Dude's
needs
hilarious.
a show, man. He needs some type of show where
We
we
need a podcast or something, man. He's just very entertaining. Period. Him on his fucking farm, buying cows and shit.
Yeah, he was supposed to start a podcast. I think he was just talking shit because he's beefing with somebody,
Yeah.
some podcaster or something. But he should start something, man.
Yeah. No, he needs to. He's very entertaining, man.
Oh,
He's a very entertaining person.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. But anyway, we're signing off. We got sidetracked, but appreciate all y'all in the chat kicking it with us. It's Friday evening. All y'all. Oh, we got to play the Anita Baker. We still playing Anita Baker?
Yeah.
We're
going to say peace to the broadcast.
Yeah, appreciate y'all on the stream. Holla at y'all later. Stay safe. Stay black. Yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
And for